So welcome, welcome. One more minute and we're gonna get started. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. We're absolutely enjoying our Saturday here in Sacramento, California. Today is sunny, it's nice, it's spring. Summer hasn't necessarily hit yet, but it sure feels like a nice summer day, okay? So, what are some of those vacations you're planning for? I know we're going into vacation season for a lot of people. So do share if you're planning on going on vacation somewhere. Maybe we can help you travel for a little bit less this time. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hold on just one moment. Okay. Okay, welcome to the Saturday afternoon iBoomerang launch webinar. We're so happy to be here sharing this information with you at this current time. My name is Ronette Turner Corley, and my husband and I reside in the Sacramento, California area. And if you've ever wanted to be at the right place at the right time, this is that moment. I want you to listen really closely here and take off your personal hat and put on your business hat. So take off your personal hat, put on your business hat. As I go through this information, we're gonna have a boardroom conversation. Have you ever, like I said, wanted to be at that right place at the right time? My husband and I got a call not too long ago on February the 13th that the biggest thing that ever disrupted the travel industry was about to take place. And the person who we heard on the other line was someone who we have a ton of respect for, that we have followed in this industry of direct sales and network marketing since 2006. And that's none other than the Michael Jordan of himself, the Mr. Holton Buggs. I should say the Holton Buggs of this industry, Mr. Holton Buggs, okay? And this gentleman has been given this name because he was the first person in history to ever get to $1 million a month in income. He's earned over $100 million of income in this industry, and it is revolutionary, quite phenomenal. And no one has ever done that in that short period of time. And he's also called the Millionaire Maker because he's been responsible for a lot of people who have changed their lives and earning millions of dollars in this industry, as well as multiple six-figure earners, and also just those who are earning an extra $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month in income. So the exciting thing about this is that you get a chance to take a look at this before the world does. I want you to think about Uber. Before Travis Kalanick, he actually launched Uber. What if you got a chance to get in the inside and have a first side look before the world got a chance to see? That's what you're taking a look at right now. It's not in transportation, it is in the industry of travel. So buckle your seatbelts, okay? We're going along for a great ride. No bumpy roads, the flight is clear, the clouds are clear, and you're gonna have a good time. So as I get started here, what you're gonna see is this disclaimer. We're gonna talk about a lot of money. We're gonna talk about ways of earning income. But I want you to understand that number one, iBoomerang does not guarantee any results, okay, or guarantee any money. Why? Because they can't determine how much effort you're going to put into it. They can't determine how committed you're going to be to it, or even how you're going to build your skill set or use your skill set to win over here. But I can tell you one thing: if it's got to be, it's up to me. That's the attitude you want to have, because at the end of the day, if you're coachable, if you're trainable, and if you're teachable, this is an environment and a level playing field where everybody can win. Absolutely everybody. Okay, so Listen, it's time for network marketing to evolve. And what do I mean by that? Because we are now in a day and age where if you look at the time period we're in now, we're in a period of where technology has just taken over. They have robots replacing jobs. They have industries that are evolving like never before. Think about it. Today, it's not about brick and mortar. Have you ever heard of Blockbuster Video? Have you ever heard of a place called Circuit City? Have you ever heard of JCPenney's, Kmart, Sears? A lot of these companies, even Macy's, are downsizing and looks like a ghost town now when you walk through it. It's not about brick and mortar now. It's about click and order. Today, we're moving in a fast world. Even today, I can be online presenting all over the world. So it's time for network marketing to evolve. Network marketing since the old Amway days has never changed, ever. So in order to be a part of this new economy in this new era, it's gonna have to change. It's time. Think about this. Take Uber, for example. Uber came in and disrupted an entire industry, and they are the first company to get to $60 billion in income in less than 5 years, the quickest. And they provide transportation all over the world, the biggest provider in transportation, and they do not own a single car. They don't own a cab. How about Airbnb? Airbnb came and disrupted the hotel industry. They have the most room stays all around the world where people can have an overnight stay, and they do not own a single hotel. How about Netflix? They have more showings per day and more views of movies throughout the world, and they don't own a single theater. It's time for network marketing to do the exact same thing so that we can keep up with an evolving and a growing world. Now, what you're going to find, what you're going to take a look at here is we're creating what they call a first-class consumer experience. And in doing so, it's going to create for the first time a perpetual residual income builder, something we call PRIB. So get used to that word PRIB. PRIB is going to be your friend. Okay, it's a perpetual residual income builder. That means doing something one time and getting paid over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, and we're going to do that once again by keeping the consumer first, creating a first-class experience to where customers are not only going to want to be here, but they're going to want to stay. Okay, so let's talk about the old model of network marketing. In the old model, customers pay more. Okay, if you ever seen any type of home-based business or business in direct sales and network marketing, traditionally for lotions and potions and powders and products and all those different things that comes along in the industry of network marketing, they're great products, but customers tend to typically pay more. Why is that? Because when the company mass produce that product, they have shipping, they have receiving, they have distribution, they have marketing, they have all those things that it takes, manufacturing, to make that particular product, that there has to be enough room to be able to pay the distributors. They have to have enough margins to pay. Otherwise, they can't be successful. So it's just a way of doing business. They have to bump the price up a little bit in order to have enough meat on the bones to pay the distributors. But this is what happens. In a situation like that, only the strong recruiters survive. Why? Because most of the time, the distributors are going to their friends and family and asking their friends and family to do what? Do them a favor. And they need for this favor to be done because they want to, number one, have them try the great product, but the customers tend to end up paying more. Now, a long time ago before technology, this business model used to work. Why? Because we were in competition with each other. But because things have evolved, we're now in competition with who? eBay. Amazon. Why? Because now a customer can go to these different avenues, Alibaba, and now they can get the same or if not the same product for less. Think about that. How would that create a residual income when in this environment, statistics show the customer only stays on the product for 79 days. So what happens is it becomes a revolving door and customers come in, customers go out, customers come in, customers go out. And that's why only the strong recruiters win, because they continue to recruit and recruit and recruit and recruit. And then what you have is a business model that's really not based on customers, it's based on internal consumption from the actual distributors. How do we plan to change that? Because in this new model, which is iBoomerang, we only make money when customers save money. I'm going to say that again. We only make money when customers save money. Folks, this is revolutionary. This is changing the game, not only in network marketing, but in business, period. Why? Because in typical business, when you have a customer and a buyer, a buyer and a seller, there's an exchange. And in that exchange, someone has to lose, someone will lose and someone will gain. Let me get that right. Someone will lose and someone will gain. That's just the way of doing business, right? But in this model, everybody wins. The customer saves money, and then the person who introduced the customer only makes money when the customer saves money. That is called a win-win situation, and that is definitely the way we're doing business and transcending and disrupting all these different industries, travel and the direct sale and network marketing industry. How do we plan on bringing this vision to the world? You know, how will we go about doing that? It all starts with the travel industry. Like I said prior, we're in the travel industry. And what's great about that, it's an $8 trillion industry. When you say $8 trillion, $8 trillion is huge. That means there's enough to go around for each and every one of us, and we all have an opportunity to make a ton of money, be extremely successful, because it's $8 trillion. I think I wrote down here, so to give you a perspective on 1 trillion, if I gave you $1 million per day, for me to get to 1 trillion, it would take 22,000 years. You see how 8 trillion is huge? Take a look at these continents and these numbers. What you see is travel is so big, some countries, it's actually their way of staying, around, because travel is a part of their economy. That's how they feed the economy. Look at Asia. $6 billion today, money will be spent in travel to the tune of $6 billion. Tomorrow, $6 billion. On Monday, $6 billion. And also, when you take it very down to the very, very minute second, it's $70,000 a second spent on travel. 70,000, 70,000, 70,000, 70,000. Folks, that's huge. Look at the United States. $32,000 a second. Every single second. Every single second. 32,000, 32,000, 32,000. And it's happening all over the world. So we're all participating in it because people travel 2 different ways. Either they want to, and they're going on vacation, they're having a good time, they're going to see family because they want to, or they have to. People do it every day for business. Okay, so there's people out there that do it because they really have to travel to and fro for business. So we're all in that industry. Now, I'm going to educate you a little bit. Did you know that 2 companies monopolize the entire travel industry? 2. So if you're like me, you have participated in these 2 groups. Okay, we call it a duopoly. One is Expedia Group, which you're probably known as Expedia, and the other is Priceline. Booking Holdings bought Priceline, so you're probably more familiar with the name Priceline. Now, there's only 3 ways to purchase travel. One is retail, where you go to the direct vendor, which is like if you want to get a hotel at Marriott, you go to Marriott.com, or you go straight to Marriott, right? The other way is through the discounted aggregate sites, which you see here, the Travelocities, the Orbitz, Expedia, things like that, okay? The other way I'm going to talk about is one you're not familiar with, and I'm sure because only 1% has access to it. That's called behind the curtain pricing. Now, let's talk about the second way, which is the aggregate sites. Most of us are familiar with that. Why? Because as soon as we need to book something, we go online to do it, right? Here's the deal. These 2 groups, they monopolize it, and they play the parity and markup game. Parity means they keep the amounts pretty much within the same amount of each other, the rates, maybe $5, $10, $15 off from one another, and then they mark it up. Why? Because they're in the business to make a profit. They are not they're not companies that are nonprofit. They're in the business to make a profit. Now, here's the deal. They're not even travel companies. They're marketing companies. Isn't that amazing? Because they understand human behavior and how to get us to be able to spend our money somewhere on these sites. So imagine this. I didn't even know this existed. And today, now you know the dirty little secret is out. So what does that mean? Now that you know better, you can do better. Now, take a look at this. And they own all of them. We only had room to add a few for demonstration purposes. But Expedia Group, they own Travelocity, Orbitz, Trivago, Hotwire.com, Car Rentals, and Hotels.com. Booking Holdings, they own Booking.com, Rentalcars.com, Kayak, Agoda, OpenTable, Priceline. I want you to imagine this. Have you ever gone to Agoda and Kayak and Priceline and looked to see who had the best price? See, studies show that most people will shop around to save $5 or $10. I don't know about you. I've done it, right? You go one place, you go to Orbitz and say, oh, let me check Travelocity. Let me check Hotwire and see what they have. And then you say, oh, wow, you know what? They're $7 cheaper on that site. Booked. Folks, do you know that it's with the same company? Isn't that interesting? Doesn't that just tick you off? Because I have spent hours trying to find the best rate. Now I know I've only been shopping with 2 companies. But let me enlighten you and give you a sense of relief. Now you can get off that yo-yo. You can get off that hamster in a wheel, and you can get true savings, what we call behind the door pricing. And that's with Extreme Travel. Extreme Travel has behind the curtain pricing. To get the behind the curtain pricing, it has to be membership based, where you have a username and a password. And the prices are not for the public, it's behind the curtain. It's like, what's that show? Let's Make a Deal, or The Price is Right? You don't see it until you open the curtain. Same thing here, okay? It's like the Costco of the travel. So you have to have a membership. But here's the great deal about it. You're able to get these savings, and the savings are passed along to you. They do not participate in the markup and parity game. Absolutely amazing. Let's talk about when you become a member of iBoomerang, what you get. So once you become on board, you come on board to iBoomerang, you get your very own wholesale travel booking platform. You know what's amazing about that? You get your own travel engine where you can save up to 70% off retail. Now you don't have to go at play those games with those marketing companies. Like I said, they're not even travel companies, they're marketing companies. You don't have to play that game. You can also earn travel bonuses when you refer travel to Extreme Travel. Extreme Travel is our sister company. Now, what about people that that's maybe going on a group trip? Like maybe a group cruise, maybe a destination wedding. Maybe you have a church group that's going to a convention and they need a place to book. You can now refer that to Extreme Travel, and you can earn bonuses or commissions based on your referral. Okay, isn't that amazing? How many people have referred someone to movies? And guess what? That person went to go to the movies, and they saw the movie, had a good time. Did the theater, did the producer, or did the actor send you a check? Absolutely not. But now you can refer travel and get paid just to refer. How about enjoying highly discounted and exclusive experiences with member-only trips? Okay, where we go throughout the year to destinations and have a fantastic time, living our best life and traveling the world and living on the beaches of the world and just enjoying ourselves like we should. We only get one life. We might as well live the best of it, right? How about the optional travel agent opportunity? If you ever want to be a travel agent, the opportunity is here where you can get certified. But I'm going to show you as a travel savings ambassador how you don't have to do that at all, and you can still participate in earning some really, really good income. At the very least, you will have $8 trillion of travel inventory right at your fingertips. How about being able to have $8 trillion of live inventory in the marketplace, just like the big guys, where you have access to up to 70% off all of the retail prices? That is amazing. Now, let's talk about extreme travel. Extreme travel is the backbone of what we do. See, there's a lot of companies that have come out with a booking engine, and it's great. But high tech without high touch is high disaster. Okay, so you need high touch. And the nice thing about this is our high touch, because our backbone is an 18-year-old travel giant that is well respected in the travel agent in the travel world. And this, you're looking at what they call the travel Oscars. These are highly acclaimed, awards that they have received because of their just supreme service. So you'll see their FunJet Platinum Member 500 Club. I'm going to let you look at those. Some of those you're going to be very familiar with, like the Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean. But I'm going to jump over to the bottom right, just for time's sake, and you'll see Extreme Travel is a part of the Travel Savers Elite Agency Top 50 Award from 2011 to 2018. Now, here's the deal. Not only did they come in the top 50, they're number 2. They're number 2, but you know what's really exciting? Because of this company, because we are exploding the way we're exploding, we're gonna make sure we're setting Extreme Travel at number 1. Okay, so no longer will they be number 2, they're gonna be number 1 because what we're doing here. So imagine being able to work with an 18-year-old travel giant that pretty much is the backbone of your operation. Let's talk about some of these on your iGo site. See, your site will be called iGo. Why? Because you can go anywhere for less. So these are actual savings that was actually on the site, and we demonstrated here for demonstration purposes. You'll see the New York City, there was a 4.5-star hotel. On Expedia, it's $339 for the night. On your iGo booking platform, $178 nightly. That's $161 savings per night. If you're like me and my husband, we live here in California. We're not going to New York only for a day or two. It's at least 5 days. So a 5-day stay would be over $500 in savings. Where I come from, $1 saved is $1 earned. Okay, savings is the new earnings. So if you're in the chat box, write that. Savings is the new earnings. Anytime you keep more money in your pocket is a good thing. Let's talk about Paris, France. It's a 4-star hotel that was on Travelocity for $440 a night. On your iGo booking platform, $130 nightly. Okay, $130 nightly, which is $310 in average night savings. Can you imagine that? Once again, if I'm going to fly over, if my husband and I are going to fly over to Paris from California, it's going to take a 15, 16-hour trip. We're not going to do that just for 5 days, a minimum of 10. So 10-day stay with a $300 savings is over $3,000. What can you do with an extra $3,000 in your pocket with a trip that you were going to take anyway? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Same room, same hotel. The only thing now, you get behind the door pricing and you're able to capitalize and be in a place where only 1% of the population even know exists. How about now, because we are a company that's evolving with the new times, we are the first travel booking site to accept Bitcoin. Like it or not, cryptocurrency is here to stay. So with that being the case, we're making sure there's a lot of people got a lot of coins out there. So now they can use it to book their vacations, their trips, their local trips, their long distance trips. It doesn't matter. They can use this to book on their site. Okay, isn't that amazing? And we're the only company, as far as I know right now, that are doing that. Now let's look at some more examples here. New York City top rental car company, rentalcars.com, $392. iGo booking platform, $221 for the same car, same rental company, $171 in savings. Punta Cana 4-star resort on hotels.com. You know, at one time before I knew better, I would have thought for the week in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, I would have thought $1,215 was the best price ever. But now, once again, once you know better, you can do better. On your iGo platform, $712 for the week. Yes, honey, for the week. Same resort, same room, $503 in savings. I don't know about you, but every time I look at this, I get more and more excited, because we know it's possible because we have personally experienced it ourselves. My husband and I, we went to Las Vegas and we stayed at the 4-star Palms Casino Resort Hotel. Originally, that 3-night stay was $515 online everywhere else. And you want to know how much we paid? Drum roll. Yes, on our iGo platform, $257 for those same 3 nights as opposed to $515. So does it work? Oh, yes, it works. Now, when you book travel, these are the reservation confirmations that you will get. And these are just some examples. The names are marked off due to privacy, but I'll share a couple of them with you. For example, the one to the furthest left, you'll see it was a reservation that took place at the Sheraton Salt Lake City Hotel. And the person who booked this, they paid $397.36. Now, you'll see reward credits of $445 because they also receive credits. That means now every time you book, you can acquire credits and it can go towards future travel purchases. You can accumulate enough to have a free trip. Isn't that exciting? Absolutely. Because not only are you booking for less, now you're earning credits on top of that. Folks, it doesn't get any better than this. It does not get any better than this. This is the best kept secret. And in addition to that, it also shows compared to retail what you saved. So this person not only got the credits, they saved over $800, $848.45 to be exact. Isn't that amazing? Jump all the way over to the right-hand side. You'll see Mr. Holton Buggs, our CEO. Now you got to believe that, if the CEO is using the product, it works, right? It works. Now imagine this. He went to the Paradisus Los Cabos. It's a beautiful resort, absolutely gorgeous in Cabo. And he had a butler. He had all the amenities. It was all inclusive. That means leave your wallet at home, tips and everything is already done. For this reservation, it was $1,348.94 that he spent for the week. He also received over $1,600 in travel credits, and he saved, compared to the public pricing, $1,589. Can we say cha-ching? Once again, I don't care how much money you earn, how much money you make, and especially wealthy people. They really understand the concept of keeping more money in house. They really do. So once again, a penny saved is a penny earned. Let's talk about the core services that are, let's talk about what's exactly on the iGo booking platform. You get up to 70% off on hotels, on rental cars, cruises, homes, and not just Airbnb regular homes. Yes, they're there too. I'm talking about multi-million-dollar homes on our site. This inventory is on the same site as some membership sites where they charge their members $25,000 just to have access to these type of homes. We have them in our inventory. How about weeks, to stay weeks at a time for extremely discounted prices? I've seen, weeks in Mexico, weeks in the Caribbean, weeks all around the world for less than $300 just to stay for the week. And we're talking 4- and 5-star hotels, marketplace, timeshares. And yes, we do have flights. Now, here's a disclaimer for flights. Flights, we don't really give discounts. Actually, we don't give discounts at all for flights. And that's only because it's out of our control. The FAA, the Flight Aviation Administration, has a strong hold on that. They monopolize that and they control that, and no company has any type of say when it comes to flights. But I can tell you, our flights are very comparable in price to whatever else is out there, okay? So it only makes sense to book on your own site at a one-stop shop. And you do get travel credits when you book for flights. So it's amazing. Now, how about the icing on the cake? This is an all-out lifestyle platform. You've got shore excursions, theme parks, outdoor activities, shopping, golf, wine club, gift cards, restaurant savings, worldwide tours, even emergency travel services. I'm going to say something about the restaurant savings because I saw that last night. There's something called restaurant.com where a lot of restaurants, even in your local area, subscribe to. Do you know that I saw last night that I can go back there and get for $11, 11 United States dollars, I can get an actual $100 gift card for any restaurant on restaurant.com. Is that amazing? For 11 bucks. So when I tell you this is a lifestyle platform with additional services and savings, and this is it. Now, the nice thing about it, to put the cherry on top of everything, it's all wrapped around a price guarantee. So can you imagine that? The company is saying, listen, we're so confident, we know you're not going to find a cheaper rate because we have behind the door pricing, okay? But if you happen to find something that was a little bit less, we will match it and then give you 10% in travel credits. Folks, game over. It doesn't get any better than this, okay? So if you're not excited, I'm excited for you. How about this? Up until this point, we've talked about how you can travel like a rock star, how you can travel the world at a discount, how you can live your best life and go places that you never even imagined. If you look behind me, you'll see something, this resort stay that's behind me now is at the Hotel Rio Palace in Cabo San Lucas. How would you like to go there and be able to stay there for, what the average person never get a chance to stay there for? That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful, beautiful resorts. But I'm going to switch gears now. I'm going to talk about how now you can put money in your pocket by sharing this with other people. So the question is, do you boomerang? Do you boomerang? Yes. I want you to say in the chat box, yes, I boomerang. And if you boomerang, you know exactly what that means. What happens with the boomerang? Well, with the boomerang itself, you throw something out and it comes back, right? That's the nature of a boomerang. Now, it's not only just our name, it's our philosophy, right? It's our philosophy, because a boomerang is what they call a customer site. That's what we call our customer sites, a boomerang. So we throw goodwill out there in the form of savings, and it comes back to us in the form of cash. I don't know about you, cash is king, right? Cash is king, right? It beats plastic any day. You have cash. So let me show you how this works. When you boomerang with us, now you can share 50% of your savings with your friends and family. What does that mean? Well, you're able to save up to 70% on your travel. But now how about being able to share up to 35% with friends and family? Now, even though that's less than yours, it's still more than what they'll find out there because these are wholesale rates. The customer is going to be able to enjoy 50% on all the savings that's out there, and you will be able to earn income every time they save money. Let me give you an example. They save $1,000. You will get a boomerang back to you in the form of cash of $500, and 35% of the other 50% goes into the compensation plan. The nice thing about this is these boomerangs are free. So you can send out a free site to your customer. They'll never pay anything for it. The only thing they're going to see is savings that they've never seen. And the nice thing about it, this is exclusive to iBoomerang to receive savings in cash. A lot of companies have tried to do something similar, but their members get points. We get cash. And last time I checked, it's the mortgage people like cash. They don't like points, okay? So, and also there's no limits on the amount you can earn. There's no limits. Let me show you the example here. So let's take an iBoomerang example. Over to the left-hand side, you'll see the TSA member site. TSA stands for Travel Savings Ambassador. So now you're a Travel Savings Ambassador. And then the boomerang site, the iBoomerang, is a customer site. You will see the sites are the same. The only difference is, as a TSA member, you save up to 70%. As an iBoomerang customer, you save up to 35%. Now, Take a look at this all-inclusive. This is an actual trip that was on our platform. It's at Playa del Carmen. It's a 4.5 star, all you can eat, all you can drink, all-inclusive. Once again, don't bring your wallet. Everything's paid for. So on the public price is what you will find on all the other sites, the Expedias, the Travelocity, and so forth. It was $4,867. But as a TSA, you pay $1,467. Last I checked, almost $3,400 in savings is a good thing. So you kept $3,400 in your pocket because now you're a travel savings ambassador. Now you throw a boomerang out to your customer. They have the exact same site, but they're saving half of what you're saving. So that same public price of $4,867, their price with tax is $3,168.50, saving them almost $1,700. Now, even though you saved more, once again, they don't see what you saved. They only see that they saved almost $1,700. So what does that mean? They're excited. They're calling you up and taking you out to dinner because they can't believe the amount of money that you put back into their pocket and bless them with the ability to travel for less. So if you look at the right-hand side, you will see you threw out a boomerang to your customer. And with that boomerang, your customer is able to save $1,700. Now, as they save $1,700, boom, 50% comes back to you in a travel savings bonus of $849.75. And 35% of that goes into the compensation plan. Is that exciting or what? So every time your customer saves, you get 50% upfront in cash. We're talking only one customer. And then in addition to that, the other portion goes into the compensation plan. So of travel savings bonuses, we earn about 85% and 15% goes back to the company. There's a lot of money on the table, guys. Let's talk about this customer acquisition model. This is a conservative way. Let's say you say, you know, Ronette, I only want to be able to throw out boomerangs. I have no desire to build a business. I just want to be able to, I know a lot of people who travel and I have over, 500 people on my phone alone. I believe I can give this away to at least 10 people. Let's say you threw a boomerang, which is a customer site, to 10 people. We're gonna make sure the numbers are really, really, really conservative. All 10 people take at least one trip per year, just one, with an average savings of $600. Some may be more, some may be less, but it averages out to $600. That's a total travel savings of $6,000. 50% comes back to you in the form of a travel savings bonus. So that's $3,000 that you earn for the year. Now, I know I'm talking to a lot of high rollers out there, but I also know that $3,000 extra in a year could have helped a lot of people avoid bankruptcy. See, one of the things that I do know, most people work on the 40-40-40 plan, okay? Working 40 hours for 40 years to retire on 40% of what they couldn't live on in the first place. So I want you to imagine this. All you did was give away 10 free sites. What would it take for you to earn an extra $3,000 at your job? Probably a different title. And with a different title comes more responsibility and more work, probably more overtime and less time for your family. Here, all you did, I want you to just take some time out to imagine what you did. You gave away a free site to someone that's used to shopping online anyway. It cost them nothing. And all they did was go to their site and they saved money. And as a result, you got paid when they saved. Folks, it doesn't get any simpler than this. You're probably like me and saying, listen, I can do more than this. I can give away at least 10, at least 100. I can do 10, 10 a month and end up with 100 customers. So imagine this. You give away 10 boomerang sites. All 100, I'm sorry, not 10, you give away 100 boomerangs. 100 customers take one trip per year, average savings $600 with a total savings and travel of $60,000. That renders you, boom, a travel savings bonus of $30,000. Now we're getting into some serious part-time income, because as you notice, this is just based on you giving away free sites, has nothing to do with you introducing more people to the business model. It's just that you're giving away goodwill to people that you know can use and want to travel for less. Now, imagine an additional $30,000 on top of what you currently do. How much time did it take? See, I'm all about into maximizing your time, because money comes and go, but time you can't get back. So now put yourself in a position to earn more income, but have the freedom of your time to still do what you want to do when you want to do it, because all you're doing literally is giving away free websites. Okay. Now, for someone that sees this big, if you're a big thinker like myself, like my husband, we both said we're going to get 1,000 customers each. Why? Why not? Why not? Now, is that going to happen overnight? No. But we have a 3 to 5 year game plan. See, one thing I know about 3 to 5 years, it's going to come and go anyway. What is your life going to look like in 3 to 5 years? Are you going to be 3 years richer or just 3 years older? Okay. So imagine this, 1,000 customers, 1,000 customers, 1 trip per year, 600 average savings for all those customers. That's a total of travel savings of $600,000. What do you get? Can we say boom? Yes. Travel savings bonus is $300,000. Now, I know some of you is probably checked out because you're probably thinking, I'm giving away free websites and I'm making $300,000 for the year. Let me bring a little light on that. This money's already being generated. See, what you have to understand, we're not changing buying habits. These customers are shopping already somewhere else. You're saying, I'm going to give you your own site where you can shop wholesale. And now you save money, but every time you save money, it throws money right back to you in the form of cash. So even if you got it half right, let's say you did 500 customers, can you enjoy an extra $150,000 for the year? See, some of you at this point will be calling in, not sick, but you'll be calling in well. And you're probably like, Ronette, what do you mean well? You call up your boss and say, hi, John. Well, I'm not coming in today. Because you have put yourself in a position to be a part of this new environment where technology is king and things are changing, and now you're participating in the way of this income instead of just watching it happen. Okay, let's transition. Let's talk to the people out there who are builders, people who say, you know what, I know other people that want to make some money. Absolutely. The biggest form of wealth is leverage. See, one thing about it, does it make sense for you to go out to really get 1,000 customers? Or does it help if you got 100 people and you showed them how to get 10 each? See, leveraging through the efforts of other people is the biggest form of wealth known to man. Now, let's talk about that. That's why if you got a traditional job, you'll never see your boss doing your job. Why? He's leveraged or she's leveraged through the efforts of everybody that works there. Take Uber, for example. Travis Kalanick could never drive as much. He can't drive to create $60 billion company. But what he did, he created an avenue for a lot of people to drive around all around the world. And now you have a $60 billion corporation in less than 5 years. Same things happen in here, but it's just in the form of travel. So this is you. Let's say you have a team of 50. Doesn't mean you went out and sponsored 50 people. You could have told 2, who told 2, who told 2, and it blossomed into a team of 50 people. Now, each person goes out and get 10 boomerang customers. 50 times 10 is 500 customers. All 500 customers take 1 trip per year with an average savings of $600. Now what happens? You generated $575 in customer volume. That's that other 35% now you're getting paid on because you're overriding your team. Now, you get paid a 10% override on that customer volume, so that's $58 a day, which comes to $1,726 for the month. That's over $20,000 in income for the year. How about that? And you know who you shared this with in this example? You absolutely got no customers in this example. All you did was share with other people so they can go out and get customers. Okay? So imagine that. This is independent of your efforts when it comes to customers. It's just you overriding everyone else. Over $20,000 in income coming to you because you shared it. Now, let's get a more moderate example. That was a conservative example. I get excited when I talk about this because my husband and I have built teams into the thousands. So imagine this. Imagine this. You go out, you share with a few people, all of a sudden your team grows to 250 people. Team of 250 people, 10 customers, that's 2,500 customers. Everybody takes one trip with an average savings of $600, $2,877 of customer volume. You get a 10% override on that of 10% is $288. That means your monthly income is $8,630, over $103,000 in annual income. Now you had a six-figure income because you shared it with a few people who shared it with a few people with a team of 250 people and just people traveling once a year. Let me ask you a question. Do some people travel more than once per year? Absolutely. So imagine that. We're keeping this small just so you can wrap your head around the concept. Because if we really showed you what's possible, most of you wouldn't even believe it, which I understand. Because once again, I'm referring back to Uber because we are the Uber of travel. When Travis Kalanick got started with Uber, I can only imagine what people were saying to him. They thought he was crazy. He said, listen, we're going to have an app, a free app that we're going to allow everybody to have. Okay? But this is what's going to happen. We're not going to own a single car. What we're going to do, we're going to allow the average person to be able to have a part-time gig or a part-time income where they can drive around in their own car. They got to make sure they maintain it. They got to have their oil changes. They got to make sure it's clean. And we're going to rate them on that. And not only that, every time they drive, we'll earn a percentage of every person they drive around. And to top it off, we're going to be all around the world. And they're going to put strangers in their car, people who they don't even know, but they'll drive them around because they want to make the additional income. And we won't own a single car. We'll just get paid on their car. Does that even sound realistic? Guess what? It happened. How about Airbnb? We're going to allow people to have home stays or overnight stays in our home, people you don't even know. And we're going to create this app, and this app is going to be free. And every time they want an overnight stay, we're going to give them a discounted price for them to be able to stay in, vacant rooms of people around the world. And they're going to do it. And guess what? We'll let them earn income, but we'll take a small percentage because they created that customer that we didn't know at first. Does that sound crazy? Prior to Airbnb, could you have even imagined someone coming into someone else's home? Folks, this is happening whether you see it or not. Let's talk about the last example here. This is the more aggressive model. You go out and get a few people, you have a team of 1,000 people. 1,000 people get 10 boomerangs. Every single person gets 10 boomerangs. They pass out 10 boomerangs to the customers. That means you have 10,000 customers you're getting paid on. All those customers take at least one trip, $600 in savings, $12,600 in customer volume, and then you're getting paid 10% override on that. That's $1,260, over $37,000 a month, over $450,000 in income. And whoa, this really, I know it's blowing some people's mind because they're like, oh my God, I don't even know anyone who makes $450,000 a year. Folks, let me tell you, once again, it's all numbers. You working the numbers. The numbers don't lie. If you do this and it's an average savings of $600, let's say you did half right. You got it half right. If you got it half right, can an extra $15,000, extra $18,000 work for you per month? Giving away a free site. See, this is the environment we live in today. Technology is king. So what happens is most of you are participating just by watching other people, the elite get rich. Now, iBoomerang is saying we're going to disrupt the travel industry, but we're going to allow you to participate. So you can either continue to watch it or you can participate, your choice. Now, as we wrap up here, you will see what we call our Fast Start compensation plan. With this Fast Start compensation plan, what's nice, it's allowing people to get paid as they build their distributorship. Because what happens is, as people come into the organization and they launch their business, you're going to be compensated for getting those people started. It's no different than Uber, right? When you are a driver with Uber, what happens? When you refer another driver, you're able to earn bonuses on that driver if they make so many rides, right? It's the same exact thing. So because you're referring out, the company is paying you for being able to connect the business model to someone, because they would have never had access to that person had you not shared it. So get back to the person who invited you. They can give you more details about this pre-launch compensation plan, but it's really exciting and it's happening. What does it take to get started here at iBoomerang? Well, number one, everybody comes in at standby. And if you're familiar with standby at the airport, you're not necessarily on board yet. Actually, you're not on board at all. You're just waiting, right? You're on the sidelines. You're in position to get on board, but you haven't came on board yet. So for $49.95, you get one Boomerang customer site. So that basically means now you get a site, not the member site, but the customer site, where you can get discounts up to 35% wholesale. You get 5 boomerangs that you can send out to friends and family or loved ones. You don't get paid on them, but you can give away the savings just to see how it works and also bless someone. How about now if you had groups that were traveling, maybe a group going on a family vacation or a cruise or a family reunion. You can refer that to our sister company, which is Extreme Travel, and they will do all the booking. They will handle absolutely everything, treat them like royalty, and you will get 25% referral commission just for referring. How about the iDecide interactive presentation? We have an interactive presentation that will do all the explaining for you. Yes, what you see right here is a live webinar, and maybe you can't do this right away because you're just coming on board. It's okay. But now you have a technology that's very savvy that can go to work for you and do all the explaining to pique the person's interest. And you can tell when they watched it, you can tell when they completed it, and they can also schedule time to talk to you later. It is absolutely incredible. How about the TSA online management system? Okay, now you get your own back office where you can make sure that you can see all your trips you're taking. You can monitor all your referral commissions if you choose to refer, and just have everything in one management system for you to run and operate your wholesale business. But if you're like me, if you're like my husband and many people that I know that are joining forces with us, you want to get on board the plane. You can't really do anything from the sideline. Have you ever seen anyone stand by? If you've seen anyone at standby, if you've been on standby yourself, you're watching people board. And you're just watching, but you never board the plane, right? So you never really get a chance to take that flight. If I were you, I would get on board. So the $49.95 is one time. And then if you want to get on board, you decide what class you want to fly, okay? So there's 3 different classes to fly here. One is the coach class. And the coach class is very synonymous to what happens on the plane. You're on board. Maybe not the most comfortable, way of being on board because it's coach, right? So it's not as comfortable, maybe a tight seat, but at least you're on the plane. And what do you get? You get your iGo booking engine. And on that engine, which is where you can get up to 70% off, you have hotels, flights, and rental cars, okay? Now, you get 10 boomerangs that you can send out to customers, but you get 50% of the savings for the hotels and rental cars only. So if your customer booked a cruise, you wouldn't earn anything on that, because on Coach, it's just for hotels and rental cars, and it's 50%. Let me give you an example. Remember I said we get paid 50% cash of the savings? So if your customer saved $1,000, and you got paid $500 for a travel savings bonus, at the Coach, it's actually 50% of the 50%. So instead of $500, you would actually get paid $250, okay? And that's only because you're only paying $250 to get on board here. So it's not as many benefits as someone who's paying more, just like when it comes to first class, you get more benefits at first class. 10% in a dual team, because there's only 2 teams to build. There's a right and left. You get 10% on your lesser leg. And general release for luxury experiences. It's one time $250 and you're on board. But if you're like, you know what, I want to fly at a higher class. Business class is much more comfortable. You have more space. You know, when you're at business class, the seats are more comfortable and you're feeling a little bit better about the ride. What do you get at business class? You get the iGo booking engine, up to 70%. Not only do you get everything on coach class, now they add the cruises. So now you can get discounts on cruises personally. You get 25 boomerangs, which are the customer sites to send out. In addition to that, you get 100% of the travel savings bonus available on hotels, rental-cars, and also cruises. It doesn't say that, but it's there. You get 12% of the dual team. And you get 1 week pre-sale. So 1 week notice in advance on all our luxury experiences, which I'll go over in a few minutes. It's a one-time $500 investment and you're ready to rock and roll in your new travel biz. Now, everybody knows if you're gonna fly, first class is the best class, okay? And first class is phenomenal, because the seats are nice, you got elbow room, you got the chairs feel like a leather recliner, you get a menu for your meal, you know, you get a warm towel. I remember even having when I rode first class, especially the first time, I was shocked how they treated you. You got a wine list. And if you're flying international, first class is the only way to fly, right? The flight is too long to fly coach. So what do you get for first class? iGo booking engine. You get absolutely everything on coach and business class, but now you get the homes, the weeks, the marketplace, the lifestyle, the timeshare. You get everything that the engine offers. You get 50 boomerangs, where you can get 100% of the travel savings bonus on everything that the company offers, okay? And for a limited time, you get to become a founder. Folks, we are in pre-launch. We just pre-launched March the 11th. We just had our 1 month birthday on April the 11th. So you're at the beginning of the beginning. So imagine this. Now you can be deemed a founder. That is going away very soon. Once we have enough founders, it is over. Okay, but at the founder, instead of 15% of the dual team, they're giving you 20% up front for a full year, and just, you know, work your way to keep that 20% throughout the year. Now, for the luxury experiences, you get 2 weeks pre-sale. What does that mean? Throughout the year, the company goes on luxury trips. I don't even call them trips, just like it says here. They really are experiences. We have one coming up in May. It's already sold out. It's going to be at the El Dorado, which is a 5-star hotel in Mexico. And with that being said, it's amazing. It's a beautiful resort, all you can eat, all inclusive, all you can drink. They have trainings, and after trainings, everyone's out on the beach, living their best life, having a good time, enjoying life just like it should be. And then have a closing celebration, but just getting to be around like-minded people. Now, the nice thing about first class, when these trips are introduced, you get a 2 weeks pre-sale advance. So you're able to get on board 2 weeks in advance. Business class is 1 week, coach class is general release. Sometimes these things go quick. They're sold out before it even gets to general release, because the trips are that amazing. Okay, so that's the advantage of that. It's $1,000 one time, and then you're able to launch. All packages are $99.95 per month. So yes, every single month you pay $99 and basically $100 to run and operate your business. Why? Because it is a business. It's not a hobby. It actually is a business. If you had to start this from the ground up yourself, believe me, it would be, you know, just to turn on the lights would be $100. So imagine that. It's your cost for doing business. You have an iGo booking platform that's open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and you don't even have to have tech support. If, you know, a person has problems booking, because when do people book travel? All types of times during the night, right? All times. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and there's some issues, you don't want them calling you. Guess who they will call? 24 hours, 7 days a week, Extreme Travel is available for you. They have customer service people on staff to handle any questions, any problems, If they booked something wrong, if they did something wrong, they will take care of it. And guess what? Who pays for that? That $100 per month. In addition to that, our customer sites are free. So they're going to be able to have this technology and use it anytime they want without ever paying anything for it. Guess what that does? That creates an ongoing residual income for you. Okay, so $99.95 is well worth it. In addition to that, you can rest assured that not only is that worth it, every time you do that, they give you 5 additional boomerangs. Yes, there are going to be ways to get more boomerangs as well. In addition to the more boomerangs, at some point, you can not only earn more boomerangs, you can also be in a position to buy more in bulk. Okay, so you can do that as well. And for the coach class, it's $49.95 in selected countries. Some countries have depressed economies. So what the company did, they took a look at this and said, you know what? For coach only, in some countries, they have the list, it's only going to be $49.95. But rest assured, if you're in the United States, forget about it. We're not depressed here. Okay? There's so much opportunity. So $100 for all the classes. Now, what do you do right now? Get back to the person who invited you. Tell them that you want to take part. Because one thing I know is this. This thing is happening whether you come on board and take flight or not. Okay? It's happening. Let me give you a little background. We launched on March the 11th. Since March the 11th, 101 countries have already enrolled in terms of they registered with us. So they're able to operate business in 101 different countries. The other thing is over 20,000 TSAs or travel savings ambassadors have come aboard. Can you believe that? 20,000, it's just been 30 days. In addition to that, over 24,000 boomerangs have been sent out. Folks, we're going to be the first company to get to 5 million customers right away. Things are happening. We're disrupting not only the home-based business, network marketing, direct sales arena, we're also disrupting travel and changing the way people travel, because now the secret is out. You don't have to play the parity and markup game. You can now be a part of the behind the curtain pricing and be a part of that 1% who's traveling the world at a discount, living their best life and having a lot of fun. So I hope you see an opportunity for yourself, because we are having a ball. We are having so much fun and haven't been this way in a long, long, long time, where we're just traveling and enjoying one another and living life. So my name is Ronette Turner Corley, once again, out of Sacramento, California. I will not only see you at the top and see you at the bank, I will see you on the beaches of the world. Have a great evening, guys. Plug into the calls tomorrow. Make sure you give it the person that invited you. I will be doing the same call tomorrow at 6 p.m. Okay? Have a great night, guys. Bye for now.